4 things to do when you are in no contact. Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about 4 things that you can do while you are in no contact. If you've just broken up with an ex and if you're still very emotionally attached to your ex, and obviously a lot of dating coaches like myself talk about going into no contact and walking away, right? But what's important is what to do while you're in no contact, because obviously no contact, especially if you've been communicating a lot with your ex, can be a difficult process because basically your whole life has been a little bit surrounded by your ex. You've been watching videos like how to get your ex back. You've been, figuring out how you can behave, what you can do, what you can say to your ex, stuff like that. And obviously you've come to the conclusion that you need to be in no contact. But what do you do? Like, how do you spend that time? Because obviously it can be a very difficult time where you're trying to refrain yourself from contacting your ex, because obviously the no contact rule is difficult if you've never done it before, and if you find it really difficult to restrain yourself from sending your ex a message and begging and pleading and looking weak and stuff like that. So today I'm going to be talking about 4 things that you can do while you're in no contact, so you can become a lot stronger, so you can, do no contact effectively. Because if you're doing it ineffectively, then it's very unlikely that you're ever going to get your ex back. So the first thing that I want to talk about is developing this mindset while you're in no contact. And that is to assume that they're never coming back. You kind of have to let go. You have to let go of your ex and assume that they're not coming back. Because if you are living in hope that they're coming back, and if you're crossing each day off until you contact your ex, because there are coaches out there that say, oh, you should wait 40 days, or you should wait 30 days, or you should leave it a week, or you should leave it 6 months, whatever, right, before you contact your ex. But no contact should be forever, right? Especially if this person was the one to end the relationship. If they were the one that dumped you and you still want to be with them, then you have to go into no contact forever. They have to be the one that reaches out to you. So if you found like a dating coach online that said, oh, wait 30 days, and then every day you're kind of crossing off, each day as they go by, wait basically, and you've got like a little circle around the day that you can finally contact your ex, you're not getting over it. You're still too emotionally attached. And you need to assume, if you're going to do no contact properly, that they're never coming back. You have to completely go cold turkey and never message them again. And if you assume that they're not coming back, then this will help you stay emotionally strong. Because if you know they're not coming back and you assume that they're not coming back, you're not going to make mistakes. You're not going to do anything that ruins no contact. So the next thing that you should do while you're doing no contact is you must drain your emotional bank account on them. So obviously, if you are still really attached to your ex, you're still living in hope that they're coming back. There might be a few things that you're doing that is stopping you from moving on, that is stopping you from the first point I made, which was assuming that they're never coming back, to stop living in hope that they're coming back. So some of the things that you might be doing is you might be checking the last time they were online. You might be looking through old photos of yourself together. You might have a playlist on Spotify that reminds you of them. You might spend an hour, listening to a meditation, trying to manifest them back into your life. You might have a lot of habits that are surrounded by trying to get your ex back. So basically, you want to replace those habits with something else so you can drain that emotional bank account. Because if you keep on doing those things, if you keep on, diving into those habits where you're obsessing over your ex and thinking about your ex all the time, checking all their social media pages, looking through their photos, listening to the songs, if you're doing that, that is keeping you emotionally attached to your ex. And that is not going to work for you, because if you are still emotionally attached to your ex and you allow yourself to dive into those habits where you keep on checking their profiles and stuff and listening to music that reminds you of them, it's going to stop you from moving on, and it's going to make you do mistakes. Like one day you might just get really emotional after listening to a song about them that reminds you of them, and you message them. And therefore you've broken no contact and you've ruined the whole thing, and you've just made it even less likely that they're going to come back. So you need to, basically stop doing those things that have made you obsess and become emotionally attached to your ex. But it's important as well to give yourself time, because if you are changing your habits, it may take you some time to stop yourself, like, because obviously there's a lot of momentum going. So if you think of like how a car brakes, you know, it doesn't brake on the spot, right? It takes time to slow down. Like if you're going really fast and you brake, like there's going to be some stoppage time, right? So basically if you put your foot down on the brakes, there's still going to be a little bit of momentum. You're not going to just stop in place and forget about them. There will be some time that you need to there will be some time where you still do think about your ex quite a lot, and you do want to kind of dive into those old habits and behaviors that you did surrounding your ex. Give yourself a little bit of time to get over it. Don't assume that you're going to feel better straight away. So please do give yourself time. If you're enjoying the video so far, then please leave a like on it, and please do subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if there's anything you would like me to discuss in a future video, then please leave it down in the comments, or if you have any tips and advice yourself. So if you do have a lot of habits that are surrounded by your ex, you might be watching a lot of videos on how to get your ex back. You might be listening to meditations, you know, trying to manifest them back into your life. You might be, you know, obviously looking at their social media pages, listening to the songs. So you might have a lot of habits that are surrounded by trying to get your ex back that is stopping you from emotionally moving on. So whenever you stop an old habit, it's important that you replace it with something else. So this is why it's important that when you are trying to get over an ex, when you're trying to get over an emotionally trialing time in your life, like how it is when you lose someone that you love, you need to replace those old habits with something else, with something good, because at the moment there's a void. And if you have all these habits surrounding your ex, if you suddenly get rid of those habits, you're going to be looking for something else to do in that time, because, you know, as human beings, we're very action orientated. We like to keep ourselves busy. So do something else. Replace those old habits with something else. So let's say in the morning you would check the last time they were online. That might be the first thing that you do in the morning. So instead of that, why don't you watch a motivational video, or you read a book, or you go out and exercise instead, or you check your messages from someone else, right? Check your email. Perhaps you've got a business and you just check your business email or something. You know, replace those old habits with something else. Because what this does, it puts you more in control of your life. Because if you are thinking about your ex, and if basically if your happiness is determined on what they do, like if you send a message to your ex and they don't reply, and that leaves you in a bad mood for the rest of the day or the rest of the week, you are basically putting your life in their hands. You're putting your happiness in their hands. And you don't want that, because first of all, you don't even know if they're going to come back. And so therefore, it's kind of ridiculous of you to put your emotions on someone who may or not even come back into your life. So it's important that you start taking control of your life. You start doing habits that puts you in the driver's seat. You can't let external factors determine your happiness. Now, of course, external factors happen to us all the time. You know, a lot of things do happen to us as human beings. You know, life happens, accidents happens, things do happen in our life. But, you know, at least on days where nothing bad is happening to you or nothing catastrophic, you should be trying to control your day as much as possible. Because if you learn how to control your day, learn how to control yourself and control your own habits, the more effective you're going to be when a crisis does come into your life. Because you're going to know how to deal with it. You have that inner strength, basically, that inner resilience to be able to do something like that, to be able to tackle those problems. So replacing your habits with new ones that are good for you is really, really going to help. So you find more meaning in your life. So you might find it in your career, you might find it in your hobbies, you might find it in just, you know, helping other people, like volunteering or something. Do things that are interesting to you, that you are naturally drawn to. And if you're wondering what your passion is in life and you're unsure of it, then please go and watch this video on how to find your passion in under 20 minutes to help you with that sort of thing. So the fourth way is to start making yourself more of a catch. Because if you are really, really emotionally hungover about your ex, become one of those people that allows their relationship to be the main focus in their life, and when you don't have a relationship, you're falling apart, basically. That kind of thing isn't a very attractive trait. You want to develop other things about you that is attractive. So, you know, finding more fulfillment in your life and becoming more happy in your life is what's really going to help that kind of thing. Your main goal in life really is to have more peace of mind. So trying to seek out that peace of mind, trying to find things in your life that you enjoy, that make you feel good about yourself, like really make you feel good about yourself, that make you feel like you're improving, that make you feel like you're progressing as a human being, that make you feel like you're moving forward with your life, is really, really going to help you. So you start becoming more of a catch by doing more things that are like that. Because what you want to be doing ideally is to be designing a lifestyle that you're really happy about. You know, designing a life that you enjoy. That should be one of your main focuses in life instead of your romantic relationships. Now, of course, romantic relationships are important, but if you're not happy with your life, then if you have a relationship, that's not going to mend it. Your ex coming back is not going to mend it. If you're not happy with the way that you live, if you're not happy with your career, if you're not happy with the things that you do day in and day out, then you're not going to be happy. And you're not going to have a relationship that's very fulfilling either, because you're miserable. And if you're miserable in other areas of your life, a relationship is not going to stop that misery from happening. So I recently made a new channel about these kinds of things, about self-improvement, about personal development. So if you're interested in self-improvement, if you're interested in personal development, then please go and check out that channel. It will be up in the cards. But keep in mind that it's not a channel about relationships. So if you're not interested in self-improvement, if you're not interested in personal development, you know, creating a better life for yourself, then don't go to that channel. If you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you guys again very soon. Goodbye, guys.